Alright guys, so here it finally is. We finally have some new content to put out for Second Awakenings. I've been having this long put off thing where I was gonna go ahead and make a video for every single Second Awakening of the team that I used. So I figured I just Second Awakened my Kahn live on stream. I was live for 9 hours and I just want to show you the team that I used because my team was very free to play, and I just want to show you how I think, quite frankly, that this one is a little harder than the Marshall Cats. I think a lot of us were saying that the Marshall Cats was definitely the easiest one that we've done in a while. This one, this especially with Kahn, the water Griffon, I think it was kind of not difficult, but there was just way more damage being dealt, I feel like, than there were with the Marshall Cats. So let's go ahead and take a look at the team that I used. Alright, so super free to play, you're going to see Verd, Lauren, and Hua. So basically, you could also do Verd, Lauren, and Fran. That works really well. For some reason, I recently re-runed my Fran and my Lauren so that they would be a little bit faster, and I think I just took a hit with HP or something, and they're just not, that team, I used Fran, Verd, Heal, Lauren for all of my cars in Second Awakenings, and I had no problem with it. All of a sudden, I am having a weird time, like a really weird time with it, and I don't know why, but the team's been failing. So this time around, we tried it. I tried it with Fire Twins. I tried it with Garo. Unfortunately, I don't have runes on my Rauk, but here's a really important thing I want to talk about. What people are recommending you do. Now, my Kahn is already Second Awakening. I will run this just to show you how it works and what I recommend how you target, especially if you have runes similar to mine. I just put full fight on him. He used to actually be runed for World Boss. I was using him as a World Boss monster, so he was just kind of, you know, attack or something. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this auto just so you guys can see what it looks like. What people are recommending you do is you have a heavily tanky water unit, because in this situation, obviously this is all going to be windy types. It's going to heavily focus on hitting your water unit. So if you're doing, a lot of people, if they're doing, for example, a Spectra, are putting in Arena as a water tank. So that is a good recommendation if you are not working on Kahn, if you are working on Spectra right now and you're just looking for Second Awakened Griffon. But if you are doing, I do think, however, as long as your stats are good enough, I think Verd, Fran, Lauren will work for all of these. I don't think you're really going to have a problem at all. Obviously, I'm putting in Hua here just because it's going to do a little bit more damage. But I was trying, here's what the team I wanted to have work. The Vertiheal, either Vertiheal, Fire Twins, or Fran, Fire Twins. Now, I do have a friend who is running, I think he said it was Vertiheal, Shayna Martina, which, you know, Shayna Martina, what are you going to do about it? Shayna Martina still works. But for me, I had to go with this team. This is what did enough damage and was reliable enough to work. So as you're going to see, I am targeting the left, that was a revenge proc on the Vertiheal, but I am going left-right boss. Now, if you can go straight for the boss, that's awesome. Unfortunately, that left tower does some crazy freaking work. Now, what I've noticed, and my Lauren doesn't always die like that, it does sometimes happen. What I have noticed is that this does clear even if the Lauren also dies. So that's a good thing. You can lose some units and still have a good outcome. The only thing about this is it's going to be about a 140 clear. About 140. So you can do, like I said, there are teams where you can do it a little bit faster if you, for example, have way more damage on like a Shayna Martina, although that would be less free to play. And I think, honestly, when you're going full tank, if you're doing Vertiheal, Fran, Lauren, you're going to obviously have to see a little bit slower. Now, that was pretty slow for me. That was a 206 time. That's you can see I've done it in 135. That's relatively slow for me. But let's go ahead and look at these bosses, or these boss skills, because I think, where do you read that again? Sorry, strategy info. The left crystal is going to be absorbing your energy, your attack bar by 15%, attacks up to 6 times. That thing can be a freaking pain in the butt. I'm gonna be real. You have to kill, especially if you're like me and you have very similar runes to me, you really have to kill that thing fast. And I think even people that I know who are a little bit tankier, a little bit faster, a little bit higher runes, you know, like Conqueror, mid-Conqueror to Guardian players, even I think some of them are saying that they're not going straight for the face on this one. So I think there's a lot of damage. That left crystal actually is kind of problematic. It's imperative for my account that I kill out the right crystal too, but if you have better stats than me, you can probably go left and then face, or left boss. You can probably do that. Honestly though, I would say, I wanted to get this out there so I could show you guys a free-to-play team that does work pretty well here. Like I said, you could go, instead of the Hua, you could go Fran here if your Fran stats are a little bit different. I'm just missing, like, there's a bunch of defense missing on this Fran, and there's a lot of problems with this Fran. I really gotta re-rune it. I kind of did it as a last-minute project on one of my free rune removal, the last free rune removal. I was like, oh, I'll just chuck a new Fran together, to try to make it look like my PvP Fran, which it doesn't. Let's be real, it doesn't. But I was trying really hard to get something similar without having to steal from too many other units. So, yeah, my Fran just caused a couple problems, and I wanted a little bit more damage, which is why I went for the Hua. If you're doing Spectra, for example, definitely recommend going with Arena Tank would be really good. People are saying use Arena Tank. There's just, I really like the Vertiheal. I really like the Vertiheal a lot. Hua's working pretty well for me, so try this team. Let me know how it works for you. If these units don't necessarily suit you, please talk about it in the comments. Please let me know what teams you're using. Let me know what you think about the Second Awakening, because I think I'm very curious what people are going to think now that we only got one Second Awakening this time around. Kahn's pretty interesting. I do think that the winners so far, as of like just reading the skills, the most interesting things to me are the Water and the Dark one. Spectra and Bernard are always going to be good units, so getting buffs on them is always going to be good, but Spectra is a TOA unit for the most part. Bernard, I have to be real, I haven't used Bernard in a really long time. He's good at what he does. If you need an attack bar booster, sure. I can't come up with too many reasons why I would use Bernard. There are obviously situations to use Bernard over like a Bastet, but I just really like my Bastet, so I don't know if I'm going to jump right on that. I'm definitely going to do the dark one as soon as I have more dimensional energy, so that's what I'm going to work on next. But I think Kahn is just, one, the design is really cool. This is a really cool design. I think it looks way better than the last transmog. This is just cool. I think also Kahn looks the coolest out of all of them. Like, this is a total side note, but like, I think he looks really freaking cool. And yeah, I just think I'm excited to see what I can do with this. So guys, please let me know in the comments if that team is working for you, or what team you use to Second Awaken your Kahn, or if you're doing Spectra, Bernard, Varus. Is anyone excited about the light one? I'm very curious. If you're Second Awakening the light one first, please let me know why in the comments. Let me know. I'm so curious. But everybody, good luck, and yay new content, okay? Yes, please, more. This, yes, I like this, so awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video. Everybody have a good weekend. See you guys. Bye. We did this. Bird time. It's done.